All right, so welcome to a new horror game, Insomnis Experiment. Okay. So this is based on a creepypasta, I think, called the Russian Sleep Experiment. It's one of my favorite creepypastas. I used to listen to Mr. Creepypasta here on YouTube all the time. I still do from time to time. Not as much nearly as I used to. I used to listen to that to go to sleep, believe it or not, because he's got a very smooth voice. But we're going to play through this experiment and see what it's all about. Inspired by the Russian sleep experiment creepypasta. See, I told ya. Russian researchers in the late 1940s kept 5 people awake for 15 days using an experimental gas-based stimulant. Okay. So are we one of the researchers? Are we one of the people being experimented on? Like, who are we? All right, we got some. I don't know what those are. That's definitely not an x ray. Those might be x rays, but that's definitely not. I don't know what that is. Okay. What are these? Roar. Is that eyes? Those eyes up there? It's probably just a light. Yep. It's just a light. Just some beds. This is not a very long game. It says it should only take like 10 minutes to play. So I'm kind of just taking my time, looking at the scenery, commenting on things. Oh, I thought that was like a note. What are these things? Like, are those buttons? Like, I feel like it's those little frog instruments with like the little stick, and then you make the sound like the instrument. X-ray. What? Doctor. Okay. 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 Is that okay? And there's another picture. Don't know what that is. Okay, so now are we just. Oh, we can go through here now. So we're supposed to find these things, and then they give us the story. Uh huh. Mm hmm. Whispered. Okay. That's right. Because in the original, like, all the people in the experiment, like, were from the same country, like, all worked and lived together. And at first they were, like, friends and everything. But then they stopped trusting each other because they got paranoid. And then there was, like, a speech box where they could talk to the people doing the experiment. And they would start, like, going over to the box and, like, whispering into it so everybody else couldn't hear, like, hey, like, these guys, I don't trust them, but I'm here to help you guys, like, type of thing, trying to coax them into making everything better. They were just really in like a state of psychosis at the time. I want to know what those are. I have no idea what those are. Oh, okay. A little tunnel here. So they're starting like more than halfway through the creepypasta. Mm-hmm. 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 Because they literally screamed until their vocal cords snapped. And then the creepypasta, they're like, you could hear the snap when their vocals gave out. Something like that. I'm not quoting exactly. I haven't listened to it or read it in quite a while. I actually wrote a creepypasta that got onto the website, if you didn't know that. And it did very, very well, actually. It's still doing quite well. It's got a high rating. Mr. Creepypasta did read it. It's not like the best thing I've ever written. I'm kind of like an amateur writer or whatever, but it's called Ojos Blancos, and it is on the Creepypasta website. You should check it out because I wrote that one, and it's done really, 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 really well. So I'm proud of it. It was like 6 years ago that I wrote it, but you know, I'm proud of it. It did what I wanted it to do. It got a good rating on the website. Mr. Creepypasta read it on YouTube, so I'm good with that. I've been trying to hit him up to do like a revamp of it, but like have me do some of the voices for it. But like, we'll so quiet. He's just waiting. He's right back there. Okay. Um. But yeah, I contacted Mr. Creepypasta a couple of times about doing a revoice of it and letting me voice some of the characters. But we would send a couple emails back and forth, and then it just like wouldn't happen. And it's not anybody's fault. Just never really fell together. But now that I have all this awesome recording equipment, it would be great if we could do that.
After 3 more days, we couldn't see what was inside the room.
Yeah.
The test subjects weren't making any sound either, but we knew they were inside,
Mm-hmm.
according to how much oxygen was being consumed.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it like they ended up like pulling themselves together into like one of them had killed all the others and like put their organs all together in like loops and turned them into like just one being with everybody else's bodies working for him. Like it was, I don't know. I think that's what the ending was. Because one of my first ideas for a YouTube channel, which I may still do in the future at some point, like if this ever gets to the point where I'm just doing it all the time, um, was to do like live action recreations of creepypastas. Um, because there were a bunch of them that I thought would be really easy to do, at least to start. And then once it kind of caught ground, you could use the budget to up the budget on some of the harder to film creepypastas and some of the more elaborate monsters and things like that. Nurse, okay.
The doctor announced that they will open the chamber to test the microphones, that the people inside need to get on the ground or they will be shot.
Hmm.
We heard a whisper.
Okay. Then we heard a whisper. Yep. Oh, is this the gas that keeps you awake? We no longer want to be freed. No, we probably just... That is pretty accurate to the original drawing that came along with it. Use left shift to run? It doesn't make you go much faster. Okay. So now I'm running from it. Am I just trying to get out of here? Like, backtrack my way? Oh. Or where am I supposed to be going? I was like, am I trying to backtrack my way out of here? What am I trying to do here? Oh, there's this room. This wasn't open before, I don't think. Oh, but... Okay.
The test subject had his abdominal organs removed.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor was cutting and trying to place the organs back. They were not people anymore.
Okay.
Their own flesh, ripped their own organs out. And I looked at his eyes and his mouth curled into a smile.
Okay. That's a little bit different than the original, but still cool. Hi. Just keep going. I must remain awake. Yeah, because at the end, I think they put in a different gas to put it to sleep, and that ended up like as soon as they fell asleep, they died. Oh, oh, are we hiding? Oh, I hear him. Can't wait to see him through the little bars. No, don't open it. All right. Oh. Where? Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Well, I can't go back in that thing. There's books. This is like the experiment room, right? Wow, that one, that got me a little bit. It gave me goosebumps. That's about it. Wow, that was cool. I like seeing that like recreation of the story. Because I really like that creepypasta. And the monster was pretty cool too. Oh, and it took us to their Steam page. Okay, so this company has, wow, tons more. Hmm. 20 games. And they're all, I mean, one of them's free to play, but I might try it. Let's see, are there any other? Yeah, there's nothing really more that I recognize as far as like creepypasta wise. I'll give them a follow on Steam, but thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.